Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of the universe. Today we're going to be talking about authenticity and finding balance. In this episode, we're going to be talking about finding balance, authenticity in a world filled with expectations. Have you ever felt torn between staying true to yourself and meeting the expectations of others? It's like a pull and a pull, a tug of war between am I who I want to be or am I trying to please others? In today's episode, we're going to be talking about finding the balance between staying true to yourself while still meeting others at some of their expectations. And yes, you can go through this world with being yourself. And yes, because you can still navigate this world with grace. Now let's recap. Episode 1, we spoke about authenticity, finding who we are, connecting to our values. In episode 2, we spoke about finding the courage to be yourself. And in this episode, we're going to find the balance. So important to find the balance between being authentic, but still hearing people out in terms of what they expect. Let's talk about why expectations feel so heavy. Expectations often come from people we trust. They come from our family, they come from our friends, they come from our work colleagues, they come from the institutions we work for. And it's a constant pull and push between what is expected of me and who I actually am. What are my values and what do I stand for? So picture this. Perhaps it is your parents want you to become a doctor or go into a profession that's not really you. You want to explore something that's a little bit more creative. Perhaps it is your boss, your supervisor wants you to take on more projects, but you already feel stretched. We have this desire, right? This desire to feel loved, to feel that we are worthy, to feel that people approve of us. And so we are constantly driven by that. And we seek external approval to validate who we are as people. People who know me will know that I always use this saying that no is a full sentence. And the reason why I discovered the power of my no is because I needed to learn to say no to things that didn't validate me, no to things that didn't pour into me as a person and align with my purpose. I remember so many times saying yes to things just to please other people. And then afterwards, not only resenting them, but just feeling emotionally drained by either attending the event or being in the person's company that day, or just maybe even just stepping out of my house that day. So when I say no is a full sentence, it means you do not have to explain to anybody why you simply say no if it is something you don't wish to do, if it's something you don't wish to take on, if it's an opportunity or experience that you don't wish to engage with. You are entitled to say no. In this segment, we're going to talk about healthy compromise versus losing yourself. Now, there is a clear difference. Healthy compromise is, let's say it's a family dinner and you're tired, but you end up going. It's a compromise. But when you are not being yourself to avoid conflict or other people's opinions, then you are losing yourself, and that is not compromise. Now, there are clear red flags, which I obviously had to go through, and I'm going to give you some tips so that you know when you are losing yourself. The first red flag, as I mentioned, you might be in a situation or experience where you feel emotionally or physically drained. The second red flag is you start questioning your worth based off of others' opinions. So you'll be in a situation where somebody says something about you, either to you or in commentary, and you start questioning your worth. You start questioning, am I valued? The third red flag is you avoid airing, highlighting, speaking your thoughts and feelings just to keep the peace. Now, here, this was the biggest red flag and the biggest thing that I needed to work on and push through is avoiding sharing my feelings and my thoughts because I was afraid that somebody else would get offended. Somebody else would think it was either an attack on them or it was something against them. So I would just keep quiet to keep the peace. And that is a red flag. If you are not able to express how you think, what you think, and how you feel, that is not a safe space for you. Now, let me give you some tools that you can use while you are finding the balance between others' expectations and who you are as a person. Before you can balance external expectations, you need to know what do you value the most. So you need to ask yourself, what are the things that are non-negotiable for me? Here, we pull out our journal and I want you to write the following things down. 1. What are your top 3 values? Family, friends, health, mental well-being, sound mind. 2, write down one way next to each of those values how you are honoring them. If it is that family is one of your top values or top priorities, then write one way. For example, perhaps it is we eat dinner together every night. We prioritize checking in with each other after everyone's day. Write down one thing that you do in order to honor. And number 3, this is going to be a tough one. Write down next to each of those values one way that you are compromising on them. So if, for example, now remember, we spoke about compromising and we spoke about losing ourselves. Compromising would be if it is a priority, family, and I say one way in which I honor it is we check in with each other every day or we eat dinner together every day. If there is one day where we don't do it, it's a compromise. It's not me losing myself by not doing it. The second tool is we really need to communicate with clarity. People around you, one, perhaps don't even know what your boundaries are and expectations are. And so they inflict their own ideas upon you, upon other people. So when you are communicating clearly, you can say, I hear and acknowledge what it is you are saying. You communicating clearly by not feeling resentful, not feeling like you need to please, just say, I hear what you are saying, but this is what I need right now. And then celebrate your small wins. I'm so huge on celebrating your small wins. Whether it is you spoke up in that meeting, or whether it is you said no to something you didn't want to do, or you prioritized yourself above something else, celebrate those small wins. It's those small wins that build up to our big wins. Before you can balance external expectations, you need to know what do you value the most. So you need to ask yourself, what are the things that are non-negotiable for me? Here, we pull out our journal and I want you to write the following things down. 1. What are your top 3 values? Family, friends, health, mental well-being, sound mind. Write down one way next to each of those values how you are honoring them. If it is that family is one of your top values or top priorities, then write one way. For example, perhaps it is we eat dinner together every night. We prioritize checking in with each other after everyone's day. Write down one thing that you do in order to. And number 3, this is going to be a tough one. Write down next to each of those values one way that you are compromising on them. So if, for example, now remember, we spoke about compromising and we spoke about losing ourselves. Compromising would be if it is a priority, family, and I say one way in which I honor it is we check in with each other every day or we eat dinner together every day. If there is one day where we don't do it, it's a compromise. It's not me losing myself by not doing it. Tool number 3, my personal favorite, practice saying no. Even it's in the small things. Start with saying no to something very small, something that you feel might not take as much courage. The more you practice it, the more you'll be able to put up stronger boundaries. Balancing authenticity is not about perfection. It's always about progress. It's not you're going to do it once and then you're going to feel amazing and now you're like, okay, I'm good. It's about progress. It's a constant bringing awareness to yourself, identifying your needs. We evolve as human beings. We evolve as people. We grow as people. Our needs change. Our desires change. Our beliefs sometimes change. So it's important to acknowledge where you're at and what will serve. As I've mentioned before, everything we do has a ripple effect in this world. When you are giving yourself permission to live within, others are having the permission to do the same. The first few times that you actually practice saying no, or you actually acknowledge your boundaries, it's quite a shock to your system. It's emotionally, it's a shock sometimes to your system, physically. You might cry, you might feel like a bad person, because it's not natural, right? It's not natural for people to say no. Now, the first few times you're going to be doing this, where you're going to be saying no, where you're going to be putting up boundaries, where you're going to acknowledge your priorities and how you are willing to compromise, but things that are not negotiable for you or non-negotiable for you, it's going to feel some sort of out of place. You'll feel either like emotionally moved, you might even be physically brought to tears when you are saying no, because it's not a space that we constantly find ourselves in. As human beings, as I don't know, as difficult as you are as a person, you don't ever want to see someone else be hurt by something that you say, or for someone else to feel some sort of way. So if you thought this podcast was going to be about others have expectations and we just don't have to do anything, now we do have to meet other people at not the expectations necessarily, but at a point of compromise. And that's what life is. It's a compromise. It's a give and it's a take. It's a push and it's a pull. It's a gentle tug of war. If you start to navigate who you are as a person. Starts off rough, but eventually it'll be a gentle tug of war, I promise. Healthy compromise respects the needs of both yourself and the expectations of others. This week's challenge: if there's one area in your life that you feel that you are not honoring or that is out of balance, I challenge you to start off with a simple no. Yes, you guessed it. No. You're going to say no to something that doesn't serve you or honor you this week, and you're going to honor the things that you value the most. And if you found your challenge to be rewarding or you want to share, please comment. Please find me on social media and let me hear your thoughts. And if this episode resonated with you, please do share it with a friend, as we're hoping to create a ripple effect in this world of people that are authentic, people that are healed, and people that are living the most beautiful lives. Now remember, keeping brave, keeping real, keeping authentic, and keep being you. Stay true to you.